Bothering me is that being a celebrity sometimes comes with, like, everybody wants to be successful in a celebrity and stuff like that, but it comes with, bullshit sometimes, and, that's the only thing that I hate about it.
Watching him, he's with my man Charlie Mack, so Charlie was with me every step of the way. First out the limo, so Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business. So, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love, and all he has to do is add discipline, and he's gonna be all right.
Will and Jada Smith are facing a turbulent start to 2026 as explosive claims begin circulating online about their alleged relationships with young men who once sought mentorship in Hollywood. One of the names now trending is actor Bryshere Gray. In a series of shocking statements, Gray suggests that what began as professional guidance turned into an experience that deeply affected his personal and career trajectory. According to these claims, Gray says the mentorship dynamic became complicated and emotionally damaging, ultimately leaving him feeling abandoned and unsupported. He implies that after distancing himself and attempting to rebuild independently, doors in the industry allegedly began to close. Projects slowed down, opportunities disappeared, and he believes powerful connections may have influenced that outcome. Supporters argue that these are serious accusations that demand clarity, while critics caution against rushing to judgment without verified evidence. Social media, however, has already turned the situation into a viral firestorm, with debates intensifying by the hour. If these allegations develop further, they could spark major conversations about power, mentorship, and influence in Hollywood. For now, the situation remains unfolding, and many are waiting to see whether official statements, legal action, or further disclosures will follow in the coming weeks.
Besties, this till today is still one of the scariest transformations I've ever seen in my life. To go from this fine, young, rich, millions of followers, you know what I'm saying? You could start any business you want, you could do whatever you want, you are known around the world, into this in a matter of years? Baby, this ain't just drugs.
Ever since Empire ended, Bryshere Gray's career has been full of ups and downs, with Hollywood once hailing him as a rising star in both music and acting. Big names, including Will Smith, publicly praised his talent and reportedly offered mentorship that could have catapulted him to the A-list. But somewhere along the line, Gray's career took an unexpected turn. Once poised for major stardom, he faced setbacks, lost visibility, and shifted into less mainstream projects, including online content platforms. For a while, his name faded from public conversation, until new allegations about Will and Jada Smith's mentorship of young men began circulating online. According to reports, Gray is now considering a major lawsuit, reportedly valued at $50 million. The news surfaced through blind items and social media chatter, sparking debate about the responsibilities and accountability of powerful figures in Hollywood. The controversy grew after another former associate of Will Smith filed legal claims about inappropriate professional behavior during tours in 2025. According to the filing, Smith allegedly developed a special connection with the individual, which raised serious concerns. Tensions escalated when the associate reported uncomfortable incidents, leading to professional fallout. These developments have intensified scrutiny around mentorship practices in Hollywood and the accountability of high-profile figures. The story is still unfolding, and the public and media are watching closely. Social media discussions have turned the situation into a viral topic, with fans and critics debating whether Gray's potential legal action could set a precedent for other aspiring actors and entertainers. For now, both Gray and the Smiths remain at the center of one of Hollywood's most talked about controversies of 2026, highlighting the power dynamics and pressures faced by young talent navigating the entertainment industry.
About this is because getting fired or getting blamed or shamed or threatened or anything like that simply for reporting sexual misconduct or safety threats at work is not okay. And I know that there's a lot of other people out there who have been afraid to speak up, and I understand. And if that's you, I see you. And that's pretty much it.
Proving harassment in this lawsuit may be challenging, But Bryshere Gray has come forward with explosive claims about Will Smith's behavior. According to reports, Bryshere, once under Will's mentorship, revealed how the famed actor allegedly used the guise of guidance to attract young talent hoping to break into Hollywood. Initially, Bryshere thought it was all about career growth, auditions, and networking. However, he soon discovered that the mentorship came with unexpected pressures and obligations. Sources say Bryshere was invited to exclusive parties and events, which went far beyond professional opportunities. Anytime he questioned these demands, Will reportedly insisted that this was part of paying dues to earn a real seat at the table. Now, with these claims public, the spotlight is on Hollywood's mentorship culture and the responsibilities of powerful figures in guiding emerging talent. Bryshere's revelations have reignited debates online, turning this story into one of the most discussed entertainment controversies of 2026.
Bryshere Gray. So long story short, when I'm in Chicago, this guy's acting erratic. Like, I mean, crazy. He's getting stopped by the cops. There's male prostitutes involved. There's mental illness involved. There's drug use involved. And I'm really trying to see what happened to this guy. And one day he said, you know what happened. You know that Will R-worded me, or however y'all kind of say it on YouTube. You know that Diddy sexually assaulted me. And you know Charlie Mack made me suck his private part. Right? And I'm like, whoa. This was a full admittance. And he's going, and I'm like, I didn't know anything. He's in the corner, balled up, snot, so much sweating and pain that blood is coming from his nose, right? And this is me and him in a conversation. And he was like, please don't tell him, right? Will admitted to me that he had sex with Bryshere Gray, but it was consensual, right? So I'm like, okay, so now it's starting to make sense, because I would have never believed that the way this guy's acting, something had to happen. So now, Will told me, and this is going to be in paperwork and everything, right? So when Will told me that he did have sexual intercourse with Bryshere, he said Bryshere did ask him to stop. Will said he completed the act, then stopped. Right then and there, when a person say stop, that means stop. Period. So I do believe that Will Smith sexually assaulted Bryshere Gray. Charlie Mack and Will gets a lawyer for Bryshere, and they try to get me under NDA. I tell Will, I'm not signing. I don't even have an NDA with you. How am I getting an NDA with him? You understand what I'm saying? So I hire a lawyer, right? Mm-hmm. When I hire the lawyer, he comes back and say, listen, this is the best I can do. He said, I'm going to have y'all do a mutual NDA, meaning that Bryshere can't tell people that you know that Will and Diddy sexually assaulted him. And I want to say the R word, but I know we're on YouTube. Then you can't say nothing about him. So I said, okay, well, as long as he stopped telling people that I know what Will and Diddy did to him. You understand what I'm saying? Period. That was the problem. So there's legal paperwork, and it's all going to be, and you got to follow this case. All that's coming out in court.
Bryshere Gray reached his breaking point, and when he began acting out, Will Smith allegedly discarded him, fearing Bryshere's behavior could damage his Hollywood brand.
Now, he's a gay porn star. Are you happy now, Andy? For a book that didn't sell? I hope that new husband of yours leaves you. And maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life, and what you had to do with it.
At first, Bryshere Gray's claims against Will Smith seemed like a money grab, but now they're gaining serious credibility. Brother Below, Will's longtime friend of 40 years, has come forward, claiming he witnessed the events firsthand. According to Below, he knows for a fact that Will and Diddy allegedly did something sinister to Bryshere, adding weight to the explosive allegations.
Ooh, So, but normally I have to go to Will's house if there's a meeting. So Will comes to my apartment allegedly, and Charlie Mack, the rat, the informant, come to my apartment. So they was like, hey, B, look, man, we got this new guy Will is mentoring. His name is Bryshere Gray. Everybody call him Yaz. He's about to get cast on this major show. I'm like, okay, what would you want? I'm thinking they coming to get product. Bryshere was supposed to allegedly star in the reboot of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So I said, look, Will, I said, what do you want me to do? He said, I want you to go to Chicago and hold this guy down. I remember like it was yesterday. I turned the computer around. I said, Will, that's what's in my bank account right now, right? Will started laughing, right? And said, I'm gonna make sure you get double that over the course of time. That's my guarantee. So I'm like, jeez. I said, okay. So he said, just make sure.
When Bryshere Gray began working in Hollywood, he was managed by Will Smith's longtime friend, Charlie Mack. Charlie soon introduced Bryshere to Will, who took a strong interest in him and instructed Below to assist Bryshere while working on Empire. Initially, everything seemed normal, but Bryshere soon started acting erratic and restless. His promising acting career spiraled into nonstop partying, drug use, and encounters with prostitutes. At first, Below had no idea what was happening, and no intervention seemed to help. But everything changed the day Below overheard something he was never meant to know. An event that would reveal shocking details about what Bryshere was enduring behind the scenes. These revelations are now fueling one of Hollywood's most explosive controversies of 2026.
I'm in Chicago. This guy's acting erratic. Crazy. He's getting stopped by the cops. There's male prostitutes involved. There's mental illness involved. There's drug use involved. And I'm really trying to see what happened to this guy. And one day he said, you know what happened. You know that Will R-worded me, or however y'all kind of say it on YouTube. You know that Diddy sexually assaulted me. And you know Charlie Mack made me suck his private part. Right? And I'm like, whoa. This was a full admittance.
Here's a clean, polished rewrite of your 89-word paragraph with proper punctuation and smoother flow. While he was trying to talk Bryshere down from the path he was headed, Bryshere suddenly blurted out that Will and Puffy had done something to him. At the time, Bryshere thought Below knew and was just covering for them. It was only after seeing his reaction that Bryshere admitted Will and Diddy gave him some money, kept their promises, and sent him on his way. But ever since then, he hasn't been the same. Like something inside him was lost.
To put it, this dude is going crazy, right? He's out there allegedly with male prostitutes. He's pissing in the trailer. He's acting psychotic, right?
The same thing he's doing now.
Beyond that. But this is why a show is going on. I pulled him to the side. I said, listen, I'm here to help you and so forth and so on. So he was like, all right, I feel that. He said, everybody on the set know you. Everybody seem like they love you. Okay. I want to love you because everybody else loved you. I said, if that's what you want to do, then do it. But he kept acting up. And then one day I said, what the F is wrong with you? And he was like, you know. He said, you know Will raped me. You know Diddy made me suck his penis. You know what's going on. You know Charlie made me suck. And I said, I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea. So he crying, no blood is coming from his nose. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I'm like, yo, listen. So I grabbed my husband. I said, listen, I don't know. I didn't know what happened. Nothing. I was just asked to come. Is this true? Yeah, no, I'm gonna let you about to see if it's true.
Here's a clean, polished 120-word rewrite with proper punctuation and smoother flow while keeping the tone. Brother Bilal had been going in on Jada and Will like his life depended on it, and child, he said a lot. He claimed he saw Will and Dwayne Martin on the bed together, allegedly drilling him like he was making a journey to the center of the earth. He also went on Tasha K and dragged Jada through the mud so badly that she even threatened to file a lawsuit against him. But Brother Bilal stood his ground. He wasn't out here trying to extort anyone. And if Jada was so confident that he was lying, then she should go ahead, file that lawsuit, and see what really comes out of it.
Said Will, and once again, they was willing to give me the money, but what they wanted me to do, I wasn't going to do that for the money. And I knew that alleged things have happened with younger kids. I knew that there were some egregious acts from on a sexual nature done to people. That money, I called it the devil money. If I would have took that money, right, that money would have done me no good. You understand what I'm saying? That money could have been my downfall. That's why I didn't take that money. People are like, oh, he trying to get money. Okay, well, if I'm trying to get money, why didn't I take that money?
Still, out of everything he said, the way he backed up Bryshere's claims against Will Smith fit the final piece of the puzzle. It's one thing for Bryshere to make the claims and have them dismissed as a money grab, but coming forward with receipts really puts things into perspective. It shows the price Bryshere had to pay just to get his foot in the door, only to end up getting burned. So what do you all think about all of this? Is there any truth to it? Sound off in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye baddies.